Hi everyone. So this is just a quick overview of how you set up a paper in MLA format. So we're going to start by opening a Word document, and you should be using Word regardless because that's what you generally have to turn things in as a Word file, a doc file. If you are using Google Docs to download as a PDF, that's a whole other thing, and I can show you that really quickly when we're finished with this. So first of all, you need to set up your heading. You're going to start with your name, not my name, your name, and then your professor's name, your class, and be sure to add any relevant section numbers. I'm just making that one up. The date, written in this format, and then you're going to add a page number. So we're going to go insert page number, and this gives you the option to choose top of the page or bottom of the page, and the right is where we want to go. Problem is, this is not formatted in the correct way. I have to have my last name here, and I have to change the font because the font for the whole essay should be in Times New Roman 12 point. It will not work if you select the full text. You have to go into the actual header to do that. So I need to change the rest of my document, so I'm going to select all by choosing Command A on a Mac or Control A on a PC. And I'm going to change it to Times New Roman so that as I continue typing, it will be in the right format. Similarly, I need to make this in double space. So in order to do that, you have a couple of options here. Right here is an easy one. So on my computer, my particular version of Word, we're just going to choose 2 for double. Another way to do that would be do layout, and then you need 10 points after your spacing. The 2 works just fine though. You can also select the text and right click on paragraph, and that will give you the option to do spacing double. But I need to go back home because I'm going to center a title. You need an original title, and that's not going to be the title of whatever piece of text you might be analyzing, like for a textual analysis or a literary or rhetorical analysis. Like if I were analyzing a speech, I would not make my title the title of the speech. That's stealing someone else's title. And I also wouldn't call it whatever the assignment is, rhetorical analysis. That's not an original title. You need to choose something that is relevant to your topic and what you're saying, but you're not giving too much away. You need something concise, and it also needs to be centered and properly capitalized. Every important or major word in the text, not including articles like a, and, the, or it, are capitalized. That said, if the first word is a, and no matter what the first word is, it is capitalized. Then we're going back over to the left, and we're going to hit Tab because that gives us a 1/2 inch indentation. We need an indentation for each one of the paragraphs in MLA format. So whatever you think, whatever you're going to type, how many ever pages you need, remember that if I say you need 4 pages, I mean 4 full pages, which means all the way down to the bottom of the page. If you don't do that, you will be missing points in content development. So make sure, just to be safe, that you actually go over to the next page. Maybe one line, or make sure you're at the bottom of the last page that's required. Regardless, whatever your final page is your works cited if you have any outside sources used for this assignment. So you will go to a new page. No matter what page you ended on, you're going to a brand new page, center again, and you're going to type works cited. Not references, not bibliography, not I don't know what sources. I've seen every kind of thing. It's works cited. And it's properly capitalized, and it is works, not work, singular. You then hit return or enter, and you go back to the left justification. Here is where you're going to list all of your sources in alphabetical order by the first word of the line in the citation. I'm going to grab a citation just to borrow one to practice with. So give me just a second to pull that back up and grab the citation. So here is one for an example. And by the way, this website is good because you can see a full works cited page here in case you would like to see. Notice these are properly alphabetized. Now, this one right here is properly alphabetized, but it looks like it's not because the first actual word in this is inconvenient. While "an" is technically a word, it's an article, so it doesn't really need, it's not used when you're doing alphabetizing. I don't think that's going to happen to any of you, and honestly, I wouldn't count it wrong if you put this first as an A, because I could see why you might make that mistake, and it's not that big of a deal. So we're excited. Say I've got this citation that I got. Okay, well, it doesn't look anything like it did. Look at that, and then look at that. Not even remotely the same. So what we're going to do, if you're using some kind of citation generator, great, but it's only as good as you are at putting in the information, just so you know. So first of all, we've got a problem with our font. Every bit of the font has to be Times New Roman. Notice when I copied and pasted that, it changed it to Arial. We don't need that. Also, this is not double spaced, so we have to fix that again. So I'm going to choose my double spacing. And finally, we do not have a hanging indentation here, and that's also a problem. So what we need is we need to figure out how to move our margins so that we can have a hanging indentation. That means that the second, third, fourth, how many ever lines after the first line are indented. Let me tell you what happens if you hit tab. The whole thing goes over. If you're on a different version of Word, or if you're on a PC, I'm on a Mac, then it might push your first line over. That's not what you want. So you have to highlight the citation, right-click on it, and look for paragraph. When you find paragraph, you're going to have the option to choose special. You want hanging. Now look at that, would you? Fixes it. So that should be enough to help you format. As far as how to cite things in the text and at the end of the text, that's another video, and it's a longer video. It's actually something that you can look up in your textbook in the MLA formatting guide. But this will at least get you to have the proper setup on your page, and I won't have to say that over and over and over. So there you go.